Geopolitics news. The US is discussing helping Iran get $30 billion for a peaceful nuclear program, provided Tehran gives up the idea of uranium enrichment. At the same time, the investment will not come from the US, but from Arab countries. US also discussed easing sanctions against Iran to return to talks, CNN. European Commission has fresh US trade proposal, Politico. CNN, Trump's new offer to Iran. Aid of $30 billion for civilian nuclear program, no uranium enrichment allowed. Iran's frozen $6 billion will be unlocked. A new nuclear facility will replace the bombed Fordow, with no enrichment capabilities. Iran has not yet decided whether there will be a new round of talks with the US, Iranian Foreign Ministry. Trump claims he signed a trade deal with China yesterday. US Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick has confirmed that the US and China have signed a trade agreement and said the White House plans to reach trade agreements with a group of 10 major trading partners in the near future. The European Commission has proposed a European-Asian trade bloc that would be a Western alternative to BRICS, Ursula von der Leyen. US Treasury Secretary Bessent confirmed that US duties on goods from China are now 30%, while China's duties on US goods are 10%. Trump says Iran wants meeting. Trump, I don't think Iran is going back to a nuclear program anytime soon. Trump, I want the IAEA or someone we respect to be able to inspect Iran. Trump, Iran should be subject to inspections as part of any deal. Financial and stock market news. General Electric Appliances is moving manufacturing operations from China to the US. Kentucky. The July 9th deadline for trade agreements is not critical. Trump may choose to retaliate with tariffs if no agreements are reached with partners. White House. S&P 500 new record. CoreWeave is in talks to buy Core Scientific, Wall Street Journal. Nike reported better than expected earnings. EPS 0.1 for expectations 0.12. Rev 11.1 billion expectations 10.7 billion. The company itself is not happy, complaining about the weak Chinese segment. Trump, Texas Instruments is going to invest $60 billion in the US. The duties have already generated about $88 billion in revenue for the US. Economy, Trump. Invest Houses expects Indian stocks to rise to a record in July, Reuters. A number of Fed officials signaled this week that a few more months are needed to be sure that price increases caused by tariffs won't lead to a permanent rise in inflation. Most oppose an interest rate cut in July. Bloomberg. The cost of platinum on the world market for the first time in 11 years rose above the level of $1,400 per troy ounce. Since the beginning of June, the metal has risen in price by more than 34%. At the same time, palladium rose in price by 15%. As a result, the spread in the quotations of these metals for the first time in 9 years reached $300. The outstripping growth rates of platinum are connected with the active play of investors on the background of a structural deficit, which is no longer covered by stockpiles. Under such conditions, the cost of platinum in the near future has all chances to overcome $1,500 per ounce. US economy contracted for the first time in 3 years at the end of the quarter. Trump and his team assure that this is short-term and the economy will soon go through a transition period. Not, ECB. The ECB may need to keep rates at current levels for some time, but another ECB rate cut cannot be ruled out. A significant rise in euro options trading volume may be increasing the odds of euros rising to $1.20, Bloomberg. Toyota reports record global sales for third straight month. Xiaomi shares rose plus 5% after the company unveiled its second electric vehicle, the U7 SUV. Nike stocks is up plus 18% after the report. Because of Trump's duties, Britain's car production fell in May to its lowest level since 1949, feet. China's industrial profits fell 9% in May's strongest monthly drop in 7 months. Telegram has officially become a member of Astana Hub, the largest startup technology park in Central Asia. There, the company will develop digital products in the domestic and global markets. Eurozone, consumer confidence, June, equals minus 15.3. Gold continues to decline. Exceptionally high initial orders for Xiaomi's U7 electric SUV have led to speculation that Tesla may have to cut prices to fight back. Reuters yesterday, Xiaomi unveiled the U7 electric parklet SUV priced below the Tesla Model Y. Over 200,000 pre-orders were placed in 3 minutes. Xiaomi's stock is breaking records. Musk announced the release of the super smart Grok for after July 4th. Germany wants to block DeepSeek. USA, inflation, PCE price index, May-mom equals plus 0.1%. YOY equals plus 2.3%. Core PCE equals plus 2.7% YOY. PCE price index is the Fed's favorite inflation indicator. Release of Microsoft's new RE chip delayed 6M, the information. US, Michigan consumer sentiment, June, equals 60.7. US, one-year consumer inflation expectations, June preliminary, equals 5%. US. 5-year consumer inflation expectations, June preliminary, equals 4%. OPEC Plus set to consider another massive increase in oil production, Bloomberg. China electric capital of the world. The graph shows how electricity generation in China and the US changed from 1999 to 2024, in TWh, terawatt-hours. China in 1999, China produced less than 1500 TWh. By 2010 equaled the US at about 4000 TWh. After 2010, a sharp increase started. In 2024 China generates almost 10,000 TWh, 2.5 times more than the US. The graph is a clear indicator of how China has become a global industrial center in 25 years. Electricity is the backbone of the modern economy, and today China generates more of it than anyone else. Crypto world news. Ripple eyeing multiple acquisitions, also plans major XRP ledger updates. Bakkt is going to raise $1 billion through the placement of various securities. The funds are needed for corporate purposes, as well as for the purchase of BTC and other crypto for the balance. Whales have been actively buying BTC since early June, sentiment data. David Sachs, July will be an important month as the Genius Bill is signed into law and clarity goes to the Senate. Many investment houses and experts believe that the passage of these laws will be a very strong bullish driver for crypto in the long term. Today, Deribit Exchange will host an all-time record weekly expiration in BTC and ETH options totaling $17.3 billion. The zone of main interest in BTC, strike $102,000. The zone of main interest in ETH, strike $2,200. Deribit is the world's largest cryptocurrency options exchange, accounting for over 85% of global activity. Sol Strategies, MicroStrategy from the Solana world, started buying Ju tokens for its new ecological reserve. Before that Sol Strategies only bought Sol tokens for balance. Lion Group bought $2 million worth of Hype tokens for its balance sheet. French blockchain group to raise another $20 million to buy BTC for balance sheet. Bolivia moves quickly to settle in crypto amid economic crisis and high inflation, Reuters. Canada's Bitcoin Treasury Corp bought 292 BTC for its balance sheet. 60 largest public companies buy BTC assets on balance sheet. US electric car manufacturer Mullen has started accepting payments in BTC and Trump. Long-term holders are now accumulating 800,000 BTC per month, the highest accumulation rate in history. Glassnode data. UK-based Smarter Web company has raised another $60 million to buy BTC for its balance sheet. Sway ecosystem shows strong market momentum, TVL breaks records, Cryptorank. List of public companies currently holding, buying ETH for balance, data from Colin Wu. 67% of XRP liquidity is controlled by 3 exchanges, BitGet, Binance and Coinbase, CoinGecko report. Trump's World Liberty Financial announced a partnership with Re7 Labs to mash up its $1 stablecoin on the BNB Binance network. $93,000 to $100,000 strong support zone for Bitcoin. Despite the current market volatility, the $93,000 to $100,000 range remains a key support zone for Bitcoin, according to Glassnode. This is where tight accumulation has been seen since the beginning of the year. Holding the price above this area suggests that the global bullish trend remains in force. It is too early to panic, the market structure is still intact. We are waiting for the Fed to lower rates and keep an eye on this area. Its breakdown may change the situation. President Trump called Bitcoin amazing and said it's creating a lot of jobs.